And some people may take this the wrong way, but it's cold hard facts. I said in my preview video, defense wins championship. Washington couldn't do crap tonight. They couldn't block. 73, don't even get me started on him. If you know, you know. He couldn't block. When they did block, Michael Penix Jr. didn't make good throws. And when he did make good throws, so when the blocking and passing are lined up, the receivers didn't catch it. They didn't help him out. It should have been us, man. It should have been us. That's how I feel about it. And I hate to be that guy, but that's all I was thinking throughout this game. It should have been us. I tweeted this out as soon as Michigan scored that first touchdown. The real national championship, it wasn't tonight. It was a week ago when Alabama played Michigan. And if you disagree with that, I don't know how. This was not a ball game. I know it was seemingly close when it was 2013, but this was not a ball game. The real deal championship was played last week between Michigan and Alabama. We all knew the winner of that game was going to go on to beat Washington. That's what happened. We got a lot to talk about. Strap in, buckle up, and I also got to address this now that I think about it. Well, dang, this sucks. Holy crap. This is the final and the last reaction video or whatever you want to call it. This is the final time you're going to be seeing my face this year for the 2023 through 2024 college football season. This is it. I won't be seeing you guys for another 7 or 8 months. And I really don't even want to think about that, but it just popped into my brain that this is the last reaction video. It's been a heck of a year. And thank you guys, and we're about to get into the game in just a second, but thank you guys for always coming to these videos. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. These are my personal favorite videos to do. I know you guys like the videos we post all throughout the week, but these right here, I love these. And I want to show y'all this. I might pop it up on the screen, but as soon as Michigan scored that first touchdown, I stated, the game's over. That's it. And everybody on Twitter was quick to say, oh, Matt, you're jumping the gun a little too early. You can't be saying that early on in the game. And no, I can't be saying it that early because I knew this game was over on that first drive when Michigan scored that touchdown when Washington was giving zero resistance. They couldn't stop Michigan. Against Alabama, Michigan had 100 rushing yards. How many rushing yards did Michigan wind up having in this game? We'll pull it up on the whiteboard in just a second. But I know they had well over 220, 230. The first couple of drives, Michigan got over 150 yards without even getting contacted. That's why I knew the game was over. 150 plus yards before contact? Come on, man. What was Washington doing out there? They got linebackers filling in the wrong gaps. It was not a good display of defense out there, but I wasn't shocked by it. I picked Michigan to win this game, and everything I said leading up to the game that I thought was going to happen in my preview, you can go watch it. It's documented on the channel. I posted it before the game. Everything I said in that video, it wound up happening. We got a lot to talk about, to say the least. And clip up, Matt, clip up. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. Clap it up for Michigan. Congratulations to the players, the coaching staff, everybody involved, the fans, everybody involved with that program. Heck of a year, great year, 15-0. Not too many teams can say they went 15-0. You didn't lose a game. 0 blemishes. And on top of that, the biggest thing out of all of it, come here. You won the freaking national championship. Do I need to say anything more? Yeah, you don't need me to tell you, oh, you should be excited and happy. You are excited and happy. And I know there's the whole cheating scandal going on with Michigan, and people hate them because they cheated this year. But I don't care what happened with Connor Stallions, the Michigan Manifesto man, and that whole dilemma and controversy. To me, at least, and you can feel differently, but that has nothing to do with these current players. Nothing. Zilch, zada. So don't take anything away from these players. They played a heck of a game. They've had a heck of a year. They beat Alabama. They beat Washington. They earned this national championship, and they deserve it. It was awesome watching Michigan this year, and major shout out to their fan base. They've been nothing but respectable to me all year long. And also, while I'm thinking about it, big shout out to Washington. Let me clap it up for them as well. I know you didn't win a championship, and you're highly disappointed because of the outcome of this game, but just to get to this game, it was remarkable. 14-0 heading into the game. Sure, you lost the game, but who cares? Because on the grand, well, you care, but you get what I'm trying to say here. You still had a fantastic season just to get to the championship this year. Heck of an achievement. You beat Oregon, a really good Oregon team, twice, back to back. Big shout out to Washington there, but tonight you saw the difference from a team like Michigan, the elite of the elites, and a team like Washington can't really compete. And when I say compete, I'm talking about the trenches, the front seven, stuff like that. Sure, when it comes to your skilled players, yeah, they can compete, but you saw them wear down in the second half. And if we're being real here, the game shouldn't have been that close. I thought Washington was extremely fortunate to be trailing only by 7.5. It was a similar situation to the Alabama game at halftime. Michigan probably should have been beating Alabama by 14, 17 points at half, and you look up, they're only up by 3, and same thing here. I thought Michigan was just heavily outplaying Washington. I never felt like it was a game, and you look up, they're only down 7.5, and they're down 20-13 late into the third quarter. It kind of baffled me how Michigan just could never pull away. Although the game was never in doubt, they couldn't pull away. I'm bringing out the whiteboard in just a second because I haven't even looked at the box score. You're going to get my live reaction to that. But first things first, I got to address this. Washington couldn't do crap tonight. They couldn't block. 73, don't even start on him. If you know, you know. He couldn't block. When they did block, Michael Penix Jr. didn't make good throws. And when he did make good throws, so when the blocking and passing are lined up, the receivers didn't catch it. They didn't help him out. And the rare times there was a completion that got called back for holding or something. It was just overall a bad night for Washington on offense and defense. And I think their fans would agree with me on that. And it goes back to this. I stated this in my prediction video. I picked Michigan to win because for Michigan to win this game, McCarthy doesn't even have to be a superhero. He can just game manage the game, have 5 to 6, 7 good passes like he always does, and Michigan can still win and come out on top. Whereas for Michael Penix Jr., how was he in Washington going to win this game? He was going to have dang near the game of his life yet again like he did against Texas and have 15 to 20 exceptional throws just to keep him in the game. And in the case and scenario in which he doesn't do that, he doesn't have a good game, that's what happened tonight. They're going to get blown out. And it's not even like Michael Penix Jr. had a good game. No. He played medium. I don't know. If I had to grade him on a scale of 1 through 10, I'd give him a 4. I don't even think he was average tonight. He was slightly below average. Granted, offensive line and wide receivers didn't help him out too much, but he himself wasn't making good throws. There was multiple times. I think there was 3 to 4 times in the first half. He had a wide open receiver, a wide open touchdown, and he just never threw him the ball, or the offensive line didn't give him time to look at him. And there's a one play in the first half where he had, was it Odunze? Yeah, I believe it was Odunze if I'm not mistaken here, breaking out for a wide open touchdown, miscommunication, and he overthrew him. And I could sit up here and name off play after play after play, but if you watch the game, you know what I'm talking about. It was a bad night for Michael Penix Jr. in that offense. They couldn't do crap, and I'll give their defense a little credit. They was trying to keep him in the game, but I knew when Washington kept forcing punts and they couldn't score off of them forced punts, eventually Michigan was going to crack through, and that's exactly what happened. I'm extremely curious to see these rushing yards because it was the X factor, so let's check them out. Actually, hold on, let me reset my camera, run out of time here. All right, there we go. Yeah, we're good. Woo! Man, oh man, take a look at this. How many rushing yards you think Washington had in this game? Read it and weep. 46. That ain't going to get the job done. On the contrary, how many rushing yards do you think Michigan had in this game? A whopping, and I knew it was over 220, 230, 300. Good gosh almighty. Draw arrows to it, circle it. 300, I said 330, 303 rushing yards. Sheesh. Man, I tell you what. If you would have showed me this before the game, I would have said the final score wound up being Michigan 48, Washington 3. And I'm telling you, the final score would have wound up being 34-13. That's even still a little deceiving to me because it felt more so of like a 41-10 ball game. And that's really all you need to know about this game. Washington's defense couldn't stop the Michigan rush attack, and that's why Michigan won. And Michigan also won because of their great defense, but we know that. They was going to play great defense. And let's also throw it in here. I told you, J.J. McCarthy was going to game manage the game, and that's exactly what he did. Nothing special. 10 for 18. That's what, 60%? 140 yards. Nothing crazy there. 0 touchdowns, 0 INTs, and a QBR 58.3. Game manager. And I don't want y'all to take that as, oh, you're throwing shade out. No. He did a great job. He played his role perfectly. And that's why J.J. McCarthy's so good. He doesn't try to be a superhero. He does what he needs to do, and he gets out of there. On the flip side for Washington, now we like to see Michael Penix Jr., 27 for 51. Not very good. Right about, what's that, 54% completion percentage, 250 yards, 1 touchdown, but here's a kicker, 2, count them, 2 INTs, QBR 62.9. So technically on paper, Penix Jr. had a higher QBR than J.J. McCarthy, but Don't let that fool you. McCarthy was the better quarterback in this game just because he didn't make mistakes. But I would definitely say this right here, what you're looking at, 46 to 303, it sums up the ball game. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, how many total yards did Washington wind up having? Washington had 301 total yards. Okay. I've seen enough, and we're going to wrap up this video because there's nothing more to be said. Michigan was the better team in this ball game, and they were the best team in the country this year. Simple as that. I'll move the whiteboard back here, and we'll finish off this video because if I can keep things short and simple, that's what I like to do. There's not too much to recap here, just due to the fact you should have seen this coming if you keep up with college football. And some people may take this the wrong way, but it's cold hard facts. I said in my preview video, defense wins championships. And that's why I picked Michigan to win this game, and they proved yet again tonight why defense wins championships. You can like it, you can hate it, but it's the cold hard truth. Yeah, it was cool all year long to watch Washington and Penix Jr. sling the ball down the field, make all these crazy throws and plays, but they didn't have that great of a defense. And teams that ranked, what was it? They're like 80th overall in total defense. That's not a recipe for winning a championship. Not too much more needs to be said here, and I'm not throwing shade at Washington. I'm just explaining as to why you shouldn't be shocked by this outcome. A team like Washington will never win a national championship. It's always going to be teams that are gritty, like a Michigan, like a Georgia, and like an Alabama. Teams that have a good defense and are gritty and are very physical more times than not are teams you should pick to win games. And come on now, it almost seemed like destiny, right, that Michigan was going to win this championship. With everything that went on this year, they made the playoffs the past 2 years, had the heartbreaking loss. This was destiny. For now, at least, I don't have too much to say. I'm going to rewatch this game tonight and wake up early tomorrow morning and rewatch it, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, so come on back. We'll have a lot to talk about, trust me. Congratulations yet again to Michigan fans. Awesome year. Loved having you on the channel, and major shout out to Washington fans. Y'all were great this year as well, and I hate you came up short, but yeah, you can't even be like, oh, I feel really bad for them. Nah, because you just heavily got outplayed in this matchup. It's not like Michigan beat you by 1 or 2 plays. They soundly beat you by 20 plus points. You had a great year. I hate it ended like this, but come on now. You weren't championship material. You didn't make the big time plays in this game. You didn't catch the balls. You didn't make great passes, and you didn't block very well. So personally, and this is just me, if I was a Washington fan, I don't know how I'd be even upset at all. You didn't play like a championship team tonight. Michigan did. Let me know your thoughts down below. But